Hello there. I'm Noah from Indiana River Forge. Today I'm going to be taking this rusty railroad spike and turning it into this elegant and rather useful stake flipper. Let's go.
And to start things off, we're going to grind off all the manufacturing marks that are on the end of the spike, and you'll see why later. I'm also going to go ahead and grind the corners of that tip off to make it easier to forge in our point. Here we're going to get it hot and over to my Cole Ironworks 12-ton forging press, nicknamed Orange Crush for its color. Here I'm drawing out the handle portion of this because it actually doesn't need to be quite that thick, and we need to save as much material as possible for drawing out the shank of the actual flipper. So now I'm just going to flatten that back out to keep everything nice and square before we move on. Now we're going to begin drawing out the actual length of the flipper. I got some really aggressive drawing dies, and as those squeeze, they push the material out longer and making it thinner at the same time. Now that we are lengthened, I'm just going to go ahead and flatten everything out. It's got a bunch of bumps in it from those aggressive drawing dies, so we're just going to smooth everything back out. Nope, I'm not sorry for that. So now I'm going to switch to the hand hammer and just kind of smooth everything out. As you can probably tell, I'm not showing you like absolutely every step here, otherwise we'd be here all day. That's kind of why all this clips are sped up and everything too. But just kind of rounding everything off here, and then now it's time to forge in that hook. Now right here, I can sense you're probably on your way to the comments to tell me that my anvil is not mounted properly. It's moving all over the place, and you're right. But I did just get this anvil from Texas Farrier Supply. It's the J. Nielsen collaboration anvil. So yes, it is not mounted properly, but you should definitely still go to the comments and criticize me because I need it. Now, if you're paying more attention than I was when I was doing this, you can see that I actually bent that hook the wrong direction. So I made a left-handed stake flipper. So off camera, I went ahead and flipped it over so that it was facing the correct direction. But either way, same process involved. And this here is why at the beginning of the video you saw me grind off all those markings that were on the head of the spike, because I'm going to go ahead and hot stamp my maker's mark into that end. And then later on, you'll see we're going to make it even cooler. And did you know that marine iguanas have specialized salt glands that they can like sneeze out all of the salt that their kidneys can't process? It's pretty cool. At least I think it. I think it's cool. Now it's time to get that twist in the handle. So we just get that nice and hot, chuck it up in the vise, and give it a twirl once I get everything else straightened out, of course. Not only does this make it look a little bit cooler, but it actually widens out that grip a little bit. So you got a little bit more to hang on to. Here I'm just kind of cleaning everything up, making sure there's no like weird forge marks or anything in it. Make sure it's all nice and smooth. And it looks like the steel's pretty cold at this point, but it actually has a decent amount of heat left in it. And because it's mild steel, we're not really worried about the structure of the steel too much. So you can hammer on it even when it's cold. I'm not doing any big movements. I'm just kind of tweaking it and making sure everything's straightened out. The camera sometimes lies a little bit about how much heat's in it. So here's it all finished forged, and now it is time to clean everything up. Over to the wire wheel, and I'm just cleaning up all those flutes, getting all of that forged scale out of there. Now we're going to hit it on a 220 grit belt with a rotary attachment so it's nice and smooth, and then up to a 600 on the slack, just to clean up all those little scratches before we take it over to the buffing wheel. I got my buffing wheel up, set up on my Meribraid Hyperdisc. It's a pretty cool tool. It's got a quick change coupler that you can do all different kinds of attachments, disc grinder, the buffing wheel like you saw, wire wheel. I just haven't gotten the wire wheel for it yet. Got a hole drilled, and we're going to countersink those so that there's Nothing that's going to catch on our cord that we're going to put through there. Next up, we're just going to give this thing a little bit of a sharp point to make sure that it can get into the food we're trying to move or flip. This is pelican paste, and this is what I coat all my blades and forged items with. It's a fully food-safe, all-natural wax that actually hardens onto the steel, so you don't have to worry about rust. This thing's mild steel, so it would rust if it was like left out in the rain, but this wax will help protect it. Here we're putting the 550 paracord on there, and then just burning the end so it doesn't go anywhere. And that is pretty much it. We got a nice polished end on it just to make it look cool. We got the whole, everything's all cleaned off, no forged scale, but it does have that cool forged texture all the way down for everything other than the polished end. And here's my favorite use for it. I like smoking beef roasts, and this just works great for flipping those things around, moving them wherever you need to be in a nice secure fashion that keeps your hand away from the heat.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you making it all the way to the end of the video if you're actually hearing this. I appreciate you watching the process of making one of these from a railroad spike. I really love doing these. They've been one of the most popular things that I've sold, honestly, because they're just so useful, and people love the fact that you're taking something that's basically garbage and making it something that you're going to use all the time. I don't normally make these to order, but just for you, I'm going to go ahead and go on my website, and there'll be a pre-order, which basically just means that you're going to have at least like a 2-week waiting period for me to make the things. I'm not going to make a big batch of them just to throw them up on the website. So if you order one, I will make one specifically for you. And because of that, there'll be like a 2-week lead time or something like that for me to get them all made and get them all shipped out. Also, because you watched this video and you watched it all the way to the end, you can use code YT15. I'll put it up on the screen, YT15, that gets you 15% off, and that just lets me know that you watched all the way to the end of the video, and I appreciate that, and so you get 15% off. With this, I'm going to be making some more videos, so stay tuned in. I don't know when they're going to air. They're just going to be as I get the inspiration. Or if there's something that you want to see me make, you go to my website and you see something that you think would be fun to watch the process on, drop me a comment and let me know what you would like to see me make in the next video. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.